Hello everyone, I'm Audrey Scully of Purity Natural Healing and Joy is the Key. And today I am going to interview the queen of the social media, May King Tsang. May King is absolutely the queen of Twitter. And she has kindly agreed to come on here to help us to look at ways where we can increase our profile and increase our chances of being found on the #1 page of Google. So, May King, would you like to explain a little bit about Twitter? I know you've helped me a lot with Twitter, but there's so much more that I need to know and I need to use it more regularly. So how can we use Twitter to enhance our business?
Yeah, great question. So hi everyone, I hope you're all well. Twitter is probably the most misunderstood platform of all the socials, and people either love it or they hate it. It's kind of like Marmite. But when you get it, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And the thing is that a lot of business owners, they go onto social media and they just sell. Okay, they broadcast about what they do, the discounts they have, and this, that, and the other. And the thing is that being on social media has got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you. It's about how you can resolve your customers' problems. It's about you being able to provide value to your customers. And what are your customers interested in? Well, they're interested in your products and services, obviously, but they're interested in a whole bunch of other stuff as well. And if you know your client profile, you'll be able to show them content that they will be interested in. So the reason I wanted to talk about Twitter today is because I want people to try and give it a chance, first of all, but also help people understand how you can get the best out of Twitter. Now, if you go in with the mind that you're going to sell, you're going to promote, you're not going to get anywhere. And what I try and encourage people to do is to think back at the first time they bought something. When was the last time you bought something? Okay, so Audrey, let me ask you, what was the last thing you bought? It could be big, small, anything.
Chocolate yesterday.
Lovely, you bought some chocolate. Great. Now, where did you buy it from and why did you buy it from that particular place?
Right. Okay, well, with it being Easter Sunday and we were on a course, there was a local shop actually open because lots of shops were closed, Sainsbury's. And the reason I bought it was because somebody interviewed me recently and he loves chocolate. So that was a thank you.
Great. So you went to a place that was convenient. You went to a place that you know. You went to a place that you trust. You went to a place that is a brand that you recognize. Okay.
That's right.
And that's what a lot of business owners forget to do. They want to go straight in for the sale. They want to go straight in and say, buy me, buy me, buy me. But with all due respect, if I don't know who you are, I'm not going to buy from you. So we need to build our brand. We need to think of ourselves as a brand and put ourselves out there as a brand that you know, as a brand that you trust, as a brand that knows what they're talking about. And how can you do that on Twitter? Well, you help and you engage with people and you answer customers' problems, you answer their queries, you provide good value. So that's the kind of thing that you can do. And when you, if you're writing for a blog, for example, then you can share your content on Twitter and write a headline, a compelling headline that will make people click on that link in order to get to your website or your blog or what have you. But we're not just going to be selling ourselves. We're not just going to be talking about the blogs that we've written, the things that we've shared. We're also going to be sharing stuff that is that you would like to associate with your brand. So are you going to a networking event, for example?
Yes, actually, yes. A week on Monday, a week today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I'm actually the host of the Sheffield Curry Club, the Public Speaking Academy Curry Club, and we are actually relaunching that event on Monday at the Argra in Sheffield. And it would be great if you can give us some tips of like how we can get organic reach through Twitter about this event.
Fantastic. So this is a perfect example. So when you go to an event, when we go to network, okay, there may be 50 people in the room, but because of the short time frame, we've only got 1 or 2 people that we can speak to, maybe 5 or 6 at the most, and we have great conversations with those 5 or 6 people. We exchange business cards and that kind of thing. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if we can connect with all 50 of those people? And you can do that through Twitter.
Yay!
So if we have, yay! So if we have a hashtag, say Sheffield Curry Club or Curry Club Sheffield, something like that, and hopefully you'll let us know what your hashtag is. Whenever you tweet, use that hashtag. It groups that conversation together so that we can then search on that hashtag and we can see who's talking about it. And we can find all those 50 people, if they've been tweeting, of course, on Twitter. And when you search on those hashtags, if you've read any of the tweets and you thought, wow, that's really valuable stuff, share it. And when you retweet it, that's increasing your chances of you being found. Okay. Now, whenever we buy something, we need to look at a brand between 7 and 30 times before we even consider whether we're going to make a purchase, or even before we consider going and having a look at their website. So every time you interact on that hashtag, you send a tweet, you share a tweet, you like a tweet, you are presenting yourself and increasing your chances of your name being seen several times. And if people see your name several times, then eventually they may think, oh, I wonder what he does, I wonder what she does. Click on your Twitter name and they'll see the information about what it is you do, and then they will click on your bio, your website, and find out more about you. Oh. But if people don't know who you are, if you are like many people, and I've done it myself, we've looked at something on Twitter or we've looked on something on Facebook and we've lurked on social media, we've read something, it's been great information, but have we liked it? Have we shared it? Have we commented on it? We haven't, we've just lurked. And if you lurk, no one knows that you're there. So if you go on Twitter, you start tweeting and just share the love. If you are listening to an amazing speaker, and who's the speaker on the next Curry Club, Audrey?
It's Craig Wilkinson.
Amazing.
Yes.
So if you listen to his stuff and you think his stuff's amazing, talk about it. You are then sharing his stuff. You're showing him some love. You are associating your brand with his brand. And your readers, if they find it useful, then they'll think, oh, well, you're quite a lovely person because you're sharing all this great information. And then they may be inquisitive enough to actually click on your Twitter name and find out more about you. So next time we're on social media, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, and you've read something and you found it really valuable, don't lurk. Give them a bit of love, show them a bit of gratitude for what they've done, because they've taken the time to write that post for their readers. A like is a lovely thing to do, but if you want to be really engaged and get your name out there, try commenting more and say, hey, Craig, great stuff, really appreciate the blog post, it was amazing, thank you so much. Just share a bit of gratitude.
What I like about Twitter as well is because it's so short, so you can just quickly type something, link it on, send it, and you don't have to sit there writing lots and lots of things like you would do perhaps on Facebook, whatever. And also with the commenting and the liking and the sharing, regarding Facebook, you have to comment more now because the algorithms, if you like, you get people to like your page, is not as effective now as somebody commenting and sharing, getting that organic reach out there. But what I wanted to come back to was the hashtag, because that's something I don't do, is to look for the hashtag and then see. So that's very interesting. I know we were talking about hashtags earlier, and I'm going to create my own hashtag. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yay! And no, it's really, really great information. And yeah, because the group we're in, the public the personal business development group that we're in, we have, and I know you do a lot of great posting in there. You share a lot of great content with us, and we are a bit slow in taking up the Twitter thing. But I have found since I've been doing the Twitter, I am engaging more, and it's sort of like crossing over to like LinkedIn and Facebook, and you do, because obviously the people who comment or share mine, I then looking and finding who they are and what they're about. So yeah, it's a great way of extending your reach and getting yourself out there. Yes, and also
Absolutely.
helping other people.
Yeah,
Sharing and paying it forward.
this is it. This is it. And, if you show more love to other people, it actually is a reflection of you as a person and you as a brand. And, my favorite book for business and in life generally is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And, when you're having a conversation at a networking event, you're listening to somebody and genuinely listening. I don't mean wait for them, wait for the moment that they breathe so that you can chip in with whatever you want to say. I mean, genuinely listen. If you genuinely listen and be interested in that person, it's amazing how you make them feel. Okay, and hopefully they will remember you. So you can imagine how powerful that is when you're on Twitter. If you talk about other people and shine a light on other people, how powerful that is.
Yes.
Most of my business that I've won on Twitter is not because I've gone in, spoken to somebody and say, hey, buy my stuff. It's because I've just been having a conversation with somebody. Someone has been lurking, seen what I've been talking about, then done a Google search on me, found that I do provide a lot of great stuff. And then they've approached me and said, hey, I need your help on social media, or hey, I need your help on, with my tea business, that kind of stuff. So if you shine the light on someone else and have a conversation with other people, there's so many people that are listening. It's like being at that party when there's, a circle of people and two people are engaging, but there's so many people listening in that circle. And then they may chip in as and when the time is right. So you can create that circle with that hashtag. And if, as I mentioned, you may have 50 people at a networking event and you're not able to grab business cards for absolutely everybody. However, on Twitter, if we have used the hashtag, you can then go and search on that hashtag later on and see and connect with all those 50 people that were there, even if you weren't able to have a conversation with them. And then you can say, hey, sorry I missed you at the networking event. Wasn't it great? How was your day? Start with the small talk and then say, look, do you mind if we can, have a private conversation? Then do a direct message and then you can talk business if that's how you want it to go. But that's how powerful Twitter is when you're networking, because even though when you're physically at a networking event and you can't talk to all 50 people, if all of them have been tweeting and use that hashtag, then later on you can search on that hashtag and connect with people. I went to the social media marketing conference in San Diego. It was 5 weeks ago actually. And so, whenever we tweeted, we did the hashtag SMNW18, and people are still talking about it even now. So for that particular event, they're still getting publicity about that event 5 weeks on, which is amazing because they are still, they are doing some great stuff. They do events all the time. They've got membership schemes that you can join and that kind of stuff. So having that conversation being talked about even now is basically free publicity. How amazing is that?
That's amazing. So, can I just say as well that you were the third best, were you? Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Yes. So,
wow.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, so there were over 4,000 people there, and because I like tweeting a lot, yes, I became number 3, the top 3 tweeter. Thank you for embarrassing me.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so yeah, can you imagine if you had an event? And you run an event every month or every quarter, something like that. If you put an ad in the paper it will be appear on that day and then it will disappear. That's it.
That's right.
On
Yeah.
Twitter, if you have a hashtag, you can get free publicity, and it can potentially stretch for several days, maybe even weeks.
I have a
social media
question.
marketing world.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
I have a question. I've got an event coming up on the 15th of April called Enrich Your Life, Let Your Abundance Flow. So if I put a hashtag up, that's a bit too long, isn't it? So if I put a hashtag Enrich Your Life and then I start tweeting it, or would I just put like a bit of content up and then put the hashtag on, attach the hashtag? Which way would be the best way?
Yeah, you can absolutely, you know, when you tweet about the event, you can definitely use the hashtag with every tweet that you are talking about that particular event, definitely. And when you start marketing your event, when was the event, did you say?
On the 15th of April.
15th of April. So you've still got 3 weeks. So you know, you're marketing your event right now. Whenever you talk about it on Twitter, definitely use that hashtag. You know, shine the spotlight on the speakers. You know, if you're going to be doing a Facebook Live, for example, with each of the speakers, then you can share that content into Twitter if you really wanted to. Or if you really wanted to brave the waters, then do a Periscope Live. So that's Periscope is Twitter's version of Facebook Live. Well, they were around before Facebook Live. And, you know, do a video of that particular speaker and you can tweet that. And then, you know, after a couple of days, you can retweet it, you know, and after a few days after that, you know, you can maybe like that tweet or comment on it. Maybe shine a light on any blog posts that your speakers have written about what they're going to be covering on that particular event, or, you know, maybe ask them questions and you can use one of those questions and put that in a tweet. So there's just so much you can do. And when you're talking about that event, yes, definitely use that hashtag, because you never know, someone may search on a hashtag and, you know, they want to see a list of all the speakers or who's turning up. And so, you know, if people tweet and use that hashtag, it increases your chances of that event being found, increases your chances of the speakers being found, and also to be part of that community, part of that, you know, that event is it's such a powerful tool.
Fantastic. Well, there's so much content in here. Thank you so much for sharing everything.
My pleasure.
I will be seeing you soon.
Yes.
I will not let you go because I've got so much to learn from it. And you also offer your advice. If anybody wants to contact May King Tsang, what's your hashtag?
Well, my Twitter name is Making Tea, so it's MAYKINGTEA. But I do have a hashtag Making Tea. But yeah, send me a private message and we can talk about how to improve your Twitter strategy. Thank you for that, Audrey.
My pleasure. My pleasure. So signing off now. Thank you very much, and I will post this on Twitter. Thank you once again for this lovely interview and all this content that you've shared with us.
Lovely. See you now. Bye.
Bye. Audrey Scully. Have a happy day. And remember, joy is the key.